Hello there everyone, welcome back to the Damos Beatbox channel, and today we are continuing the build of the DC Destroyer that we ended with last Space Engineers video. Now I'll do something a little bit different where I'll actually be making a time lapse of this build process just to see how you guys like it and stuff. So we'll test that out and we'll see how it goes. So here is the the DC Destroyer that we where we left off basically. Oh, I forgot some blocks here. Now we were going for a very spire-like design, sort of like a because we said flat elongated, but I think for DC, I think maybe a spire sort of build like this it could be fine. So today we'll finish off, or maybe continue on the shape, maybe start adding the thrusters and all that, and yes. So hope you enjoy the time lapse, and I'll get back to you after our build session. Okay, so here I'm basically just building out more spires and things that will just come out. Now, right about in about like 2 seconds here, there's going to be, there we go, an error here. We get 2 or 3 of these along the way, but that's gonna, I mean, we'll have to deal with that. Because I think it was a network issue or something. Sometimes the network on this computer that I'm using kind of busts, but you know, that's besides the point. Here we're building out a bunch of different spires and things that to build out the shape of the destroyer here, because as I said previously, the destroyer is a or the DC faction has this like sort of elongated spire sort of design, this mechanical spire design. So that's kind of what I was going with here. So we're building out all the spires rather simply, and that's basically what's happening. That's basically what's going to happen here. I do a couple of modifications. There's another error. I do a couple of modifications here and there sometimes, because I think it was this one that I'm building here actually, where it was a little bit too far out. So I had so a little bit further along the way there, I kind of just removed that section there so that it stays within like a reasonable sort of length. So that's effectively what is happening here. Here I'm basically expanding out to the center. So we did the back section pretty well. I think I add two or three more spires at the back because I feel like it's a bit bland, I guess we can say. Still, there's a lot happening. It kind of looks like it kind of looks a little bit empty at the back. So that's kind of what I did there. So that's what I'm working on here, is just the middle section of the vessel, making sure that all the spires have angled sort of blocks, and yeah. And then here I've started on the front section a little bit. I've added one on the front here, kind of looking around as I build to try and find some spots that might need another spire or less spires, you know, because sometimes you can have, oh yeah, there's where I broke that because it was a little bit too thick. This is basically the basis of the build. Now, a very good tip that I like to give to my friends and things when they start building in Space Engine is just to, after you build a section, you look back and you look at multiple angles. That's always a good thing, because if your vessel looks like a square, then I mean, I think you should just change up your style here, because if it looks like a square, then you clearly did something wrong, or maybe you could fix something to make it less square. You see what I mean? So here I just look at it in a bunch of different angles, see if it's see if it looks mechanical or you know, spire-like, or if it kind of functions in the way that I'm sort of thinking here. Because I want it to be not too wide, really long. As I said, it's an elongated design, and very sort of alien, like mechanically alien sort of design. Kind of like basically like it's like a very asymmetrical, like alien design, but it's also very mechanical in its design. That's kind of what I'm doing here. Looking around a bunch of different spots, trying to figure out where I could change something or add something, and then doing it, and then looking again and seeing if it worked, and if it didn't, then I delete it or I change it. See, and that's kind of like the basis of building, really, is just experiment with what you can't do. Go ahead and take a bunch of take a whole bunch of different angles after you build a section, make sure that you like how it looks, and then keep building. That's effectively what it is. And at least that's how I do it. Builders have definitely a lot of different ways that they do things. So, but this is my way of doing it. So here we've finished our design, basically. We're kind of looking at each angle, seeing if we like it, and then we're implanting the forward thrust, or like the backwards facing thrust is what I like to say here. And so I put these cylindrical things just to mark them, although I might actually keep those because it could be quite nice looking. Trying to place them in the best locations possible, and then turning the vessel black to its usual color. And there we go. This is what we've got here. We've got the full shape, or approximate shape, of the DC Destroyer. You can see kind of what I was going for. We've also put the thrusters in, which I've marked with these cylindrical blocks here. And now I've recolored the vessel. Let me save. I've colored the vessel in the dark color, the very black color that I wanted. And yeah, this is the vessel. So that's going to be all the progress we're going to do today, because sadly I do not have much time left on my hands. So I'll just do a few quick cinematic shots and things, and then I will end the video. Now let me quickly move the there we go. Oh. Alright. Well, if you've been if you have any suggestions for any other builds or things you want us to add to the DC Destroyer, please let me know in the comments down below. And with that all being said, head to the cinematic shots and end the video there. Thanks for watching and have a fantastic day.